back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I'm going to have a blast, always do, whenever I bring Super Julie Braun on the program. She's with Super Interns, and she's a regular contributor here on the Price of Business program. I love what she does. She has taken something that has rarely been treated with much professionalism, which is the whole concept of interns, and has created an incredible program and system that's so sophisticated, yet so user-friendly, particularly for the companies that you need to utilize it. And for what I can tell, for the interns, too, to really quantify the value of that experience and to make sure it's a great experience for both the intern and for the companies that hire them. I love what you do. I love what you did for our company, and love the people that you're engaging with out there in the business world, and always enjoy these interviews you bring. Julie, anything I missed besides the website, superinterns.com? Feel free to fill in the gaps and introduce us to your guest today.
Sure thing. Well, thanks so much, Kevin. Yeah, so superinterns.com, we really engage with both interns and businesses and for-purpose organizations, and we connect them and make them really work together. Today, I have Natashya Case, and Natashya is the co-founder of Cool House, which is really an amazing company that has architecturally inspired gourmet ice cream. Natashya, can you tell us a little bit about your company?
Absolutely. Yes, we are, as you said, gourmet and architecturally inspired, which seems like maybe a funny thing for a dessert company, but we are, a premium dessert company. We've become known for our ice cream sandwiches, which we started selling from mobile food trucks back in 2009. Also, we're known for our crazy combinations and flavors, like our brown butter candy bacon ice cream, on chewy chocolate chip cookies, fried chicken and waffles ice cream, on maple flapjack cookies. And we name a lot of these combinations after architects or architectural movements, because that's my background is in design. And the original kind of purpose of Cool House was to just, educate people and build awareness about the design community, especially as the recession was hitting. So it's just a concept that's kind of wacky and really caught on. We not only have these trucks now, which we have 12 in 4 different cities, but we have brick and mortars in LA, and we also have a distribution business of our sandwiches and now pints and bars in 2,500 gourmet grocery stores and growing all around the country.
Wow, that's amazing. What inspired you to pursue this concept?
I think for me, after 7 years straight of design school, both undergraduate and graduate, I was just sort of feeling like, we were almost like this club in the architecture world, where it was a very kind of maybe, inaccessible dialogue, and architecture is something that requires clients and it requires the public to know and care about design. So I started to think about what are ways that we can bring people in and not make the public feel like an outsider. And food is such an incredible way to build, memories and community and make people feel part of something. So I started playing around with a lot of my architecture projects, incorporating this food component, and I called it Sparkitecture, which is food plus architecture. That was like my movement. I just played around with different projects under that umbrella. And Cool House was one I started doing right when I graduated for friends at work, just baking cookies and making ice cream and naming the combinations after architects. I don't think I would have really seen it necessarily as a business venture if I hadn't met the other co-founder, Freya, right then. So she really was like, this is something that we could get out there and could be a functioning business and have a very cool kind of, niche following. And then the only thing we could really afford to get out the project out there in the retail world was an ice cream truck. We had very little money at the time. We were 25, so that was kind of the beginnings of just getting it out there.
Interesting. Go ahead, Julie.
Yeah, so Natashya, I love mobile trucks. I love trucks for food. I think trucks for ice cream is amazing. Can you tell us a little bit more about what the trucks do and where they go and how that all works?
Sure. Yeah, the trucks are, an incredible strategic tool for building a brand. So at first, our vision was, they're going to go around the streets of LA where we launched and sell at special events or just, on our own kind of, on our own whim, stop by maybe a museum or by the beach. And, obviously you can, in LA, it's actually one of the best cities for selling your products, pulling up along the sidewalk and selling. It became a lot more than that. The catering business with the trucks has been actually incredible. Our number one type of event that we have the truck at is weddings. We do tons of weddings, where we are either the only dessert at the entire wedding or we're, the last kind of treat on the way out to valeting your car, depending on how upscale or how kind of budget-friendly the wedding is. So that's been really cool. And we also do a lot of these branded activations where, corporations, businesses, entertainment companies, films that are premiering will wrap our trucks and we'll give out sandwiches in the name of whoever is kind of sponsoring the truck. And at Cool House, we also serve our sandwiches in edible wrappers, which we can print on. So a lot of times we'll brand that edible paper with the corporate logo or some sort of message to whoever's getting the free ice cream. So that's been a really cool component. And, what's fun about the trucks is because they are mobile, they can be part of so many different neighborhoods and communities and events. That's something I've really come to love about them. It's like each day the truck enters this whole new world of its environment. So that can even mean showing up in another city temporarily just to sort of see, in San Francisco, it's a Cool House. We could go up there for a week and just sort of, give this away at different events or sell there or maybe do hand out samples at one of our grocery partners up there like Whole Foods or Andronico's, et cetera. So they have so many different uses, and they've been a huge foundation for building our brand and having it grow.
I'm looking at your trucks, by the way. They are so cool. Sadly, none in Houston yet, but I got a feeling you might be out here eventually. But even the trucks themselves is kind of retro meets modernity. It's really cool looking.
Thank you. Yeah, that's exactly what we're going for. Something sort of industrial chic, but also fun and and happy, like dessert would be.
Yeah, I love it. Very good. Julie?
So the last thing that I'm really curious about is all of your brick-and-mortar locations. I mean, I know you've got a couple storefronts, but then you're selling at all these other places like Urban Outfitters. So you're selling in fashion locations and gourmet food shops. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we've really kind of been developing our strategic partnerships over the years of, who and where can sell Cool House and where it can be sold. I think, particularly in the retail world of fashion, there's been such a shakeup where, online, obviously, and online purchasing is really kind of competing with going into a store, trying things on, experiencing that retail atmosphere. And what I think some retailers have done is, okay, the thing that online can't offer is that in-person experience. What's going to make that special and memorable or unexpected? So it's not uncommon that you've seen, malls or department stores, or in the case of like Urban Outfitters, Cool Hip stores, kind of reinvesting in that experience, especially from a food standpoint, because that's something obviously you can't experience, when you're shopping online. So we started to kind of put our heads together with Urban Outfitters about doing these branded freezers where people could buy Cool House sandwiches, on the way out as they're purchasing their clothes. And it ended up being a huge hit, not only because I think it's a really good shared audience, but when you're buying $400 of T-shirts and jeans, a $5 sandwich to have a delicious, amazing, dessert as you're going back to your car or whatever seems like, very discretionary. So that partnership's been really successful. I'll also say what's great about the sandwiches and really, novelties is you can eat them anywhere. It's not just for, it's not a frozen TV dinner that you would buy in a grocery store and only really be able to eat at home. You can eat it at sports stadiums, and we've been sold at City Field. We're, at a lot of hotels, at movie theaters. To me, Cool House should be anywhere and everywhere so that people can get their hands on it, and I don't think that has to be limited to food spaces anymore.
I gotta wrap it up, but it was a great segment. Natashya Cave, she is co-founder of Cool House, and that's Haus, and you can find them at eatcoolhouse, Haus.com. It is a totally hip company. I like it a lot, and I look forward to checking out the product in the future. And then Super Julie Braun is with superinterns.com. Julie, wrap it up for us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Natashya. Awesome product and business, and I cannot wait for your food trucks to make it to Seattle in my neighborhood so I can belly up to your food truck bar.
Yeah.
Awesome. That sounds great. Thank you, guys.
Thanks to both of you. Great segment. When we come back, we're going to have the 3 a.m. egos right here on The Price of Business.